What's up, fellow LEGO fans? DJ Legos here, and today I'm taking an unsponsored and honest look at a 2023 LEGO Marvel set based off of the upcoming film, The Marvels. It is set number 76232. It's called the Hoopty. It's recommended for building ages 8 and up, comes with 420 pieces, and I paid its standard retail price of about $90 here in America. Without further ado, let's start deconstructing the set and see how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigures. So first up, we're going to take a look at Captain Marvel. Before we get into the actual figure, we got to talk about her accessories, and they do use the orange power effect pieces in this set, and these are the ones she is designated to come with. She does come with the ones for the hands for like the energy look, and she does come with the big flame ones attached to her feet for flying, but for whatever reason they don't include a dish down here. They've included those in the past sets whenever they do this, so I don't know why they didn't do it this time, but let's get those away and take a closer look at the figure. So getting a closer look at Captain Marvel here, starting up with the hair, she does come with that corrected color of Brie Larson's hair here. I started with that with the Infinity Saga sets that she came in, but far more accurate color to Brie Larson's hair. It isn't that old Elsa Schneider hairpiece, and it reflects her hairstyle that we've seen for the movie here. She does have some her face also not new. It's the 2019 Princess Leia face that they like using for the movie Captain Marvels, and it does pass for Brie Larson pretty much. I think it looks pretty good. Again, she comes with the hand blast effects. Torso print, very nicely done, very nicely detailed. Really reflects what we've seen of the suit from the movie. However, where this figure does fall down for me is she really should have dual molded arms here, since she has rolled up sleeves for the new movie here, and then she should have leg printing as well. I think the details on her suit kind of demand leg printing here, so that is a bit of a huge miss for me, especially when you're paying $90 for this set. Flipping her around and removing that hairpiece, she does come with that aggressive facial expression for that face, and then you have the back torso printing there as well, looking pretty nice and pretty accurate to what we see on screen. Photon's the other one that comes with the blast effect pieces for her feet. You do get the spiral effect ones used with her. Again, you don't get a stand to use when you have that there. So again, bit of a miss. Taking a closer look at the actual Photon figure here. For her hand accessories that I forgot to mention, she does utilize the smaller flame elements of that power effect package. And talking about the actual figure itself, her hair is not new. It actually was introduced in the first collectible Marvel series on the Rambo figure from that, so good to see it return here. The head is also not new. It's Izzy's from last year's Lightyear, the Pixar movie. Those sets, it's her face. It kind of looks like Tiana Paris, but I mean, it works well enough, but I would have liked to have seen reusing that head from that series. I thought that was a really good likeness there, and you know, it is what it is. Torso printing is really good. Really looks like the suit she has in the movie. However, again, like Captain Marvel, really should have had arm printing for the details of the suit carrying onto her arms. Should have had leg printing for the suit details there as well. And flipping her around, she does have that alternate expression with a giant smile. Again, don't really think that fits the character that we've seen thus far, but nice back torso printing for the suit. Looks really good. Last up, we have our first figure for the MCU version of Kamala Khan here. I think that the hair choice is really good. It's the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman hair molded in brown. That's the third time it's come in that color, so that's pretty nice. The face is not new. It debuted last year in the table foosball set, but to me it looks way more like Iman Vellani than any generic player that was debuted in that set. So I have to wonder if it was made for this figure first and happened to be in that set. So it's against that newer warm tan color. Again, really perfect for Iman. She does come with the smaller of that splat looking piece for the power effects line. She does have some nice torso printing for her new suit in this upcoming movie. It does carry down on the legs, so she's the only figure in this set that has leg printing, and it's really good, except for I think she should have had at least arm printing on that arm, just to have the bangle that gives her powers shown there. I think that would have been really important detail. But flipping her around and taking the hair off so you can see nice back torso detail of her suit, her scarf, and that head. That head screams Iman Vellani in her fangirl mode, and I love it. It's like perfect representation of the character, so that is really nicely done. And lastly, you do get Goose the cat, and flanked by a couple of kittens to represent the Flurkins. Goose is pretty much that same orange cat that we've been getting since 2015, that they also used for the first Captain Marvel tie-in set. So, I mean, it works, but I kind of would have liked to have seen an exclusive print for Goose, not just reused an element that's been used a bunch since 2015. Now, the kittens are another story. They're a relatively new mold, having come out last year, and they're both kind of pretty rare. I mean, the gray one has come in like 8 sets, but the white one here has only come in like 5, so that's a more interesting color to get if you haven't had it yet. So the majority of what you build for the set is Captain Marvel's ship for this movie, the Hoopty. Build wise, it's split across 4 bags, and it took me a little over 2.5 hours to fully build it. The build was pretty enjoyable. It uses a lot of interesting techniques, fairly basic ones, but pretty standard and interesting nonetheless. Some relatively new pieces as well. This newer quarter round smooth piece right here, it's used a couple times. The newer Speed Champions headlight piece right there. also used a bunch. It does utilize a lot of stickers too. They're all clear backed, and look at this. Lego can do clear backed stickers that do not need the color of the piece on it. So they do know how to do that. I don't know why they keep not doing it and causing mismatched stickers to colored parts. However, you do have some nice engine detail at the back here with some nice interesting shaping as well. You got nice cockpit right here. However, about that, there's, as you can see, all those scratches. That's just because the newer type of plastic Lego uses for their translucent pieces scratches way more easily. And this was in a bag number 3, and all those scratches are just from it being in the bag with other parts, and it just getting scratched from those parts rubbing against it. So that is really terrible quality, and you might be able to complain and get a new one from Lego, and I suggest you do that if that happens to you, since they should know that their quality with that kind of sucks. But flipping it open, it does fully open like that, just to get access into the interior, and you get pretty spacious, but also kind of cramped here. For the interior, you get the control area, and you get a nice little living space for Captain Marvel. Going over the control area, you do get 3 areas to sit minifigures. You do get a bunch of stickers on the side there, just to represent controls for the ship. You do get 2 levers put in sideways to pilot the ship. And each of these panels on the side are kind of like touchscreen ones that have a sticker on each. This one kind of, if I can get you to see it, it shows details and schematics of the ship. So just standard details there. This one shows a call from Nick Fury, and you are able to fit all 3 minifigures in the cockpit area, no problem. I do like the fact that they actually give enough space and room to fit all the figures in the ship. But going into the back part of the ship, you do have some nice stud space just to pose minifigures back here. It's a little cramped, so you can't really fit them all back here. But on this side, you do have some nice stuff for Captain Marvel to use while she's on the ship. You have some plants, that newer printed piece that looks like a retro one, introduced back in 2020, I believe. You have another one of the heads-up displays showing, I think that's supposed to be a solar system or planets or something. Next to it, I think that's supposed to be a vice, and then the clip with the syringe there. Don't know what that's supposed to be, maybe a drill or something, or medical equipment. On the other side, you do get the classic blaster piece. Whether that's supposed to be a hairdryer or an actual blaster, again, use your imagination. Coffee mug, of course, need to drink coffee in space. I think that thing behind it's supposed to be a can for the coffee. You got some more plants on both sides there. More alien, I guess. And then you get a record. I suppose that's supposed to be a small little record player for Captain Marvel to listen to some music on. And then at the very back, That is a bed for a figure to lie down in pretend to be sleeping. So got a couple studs right there. You just put minifigures feet right there, and you can just have one of them lay down. Closing this back up, we need to talk about a couple more things on the outside. One is swishability. Since this is a spaceship, you want to be able to grab this really nicely and be able to fly around, and you are able to effectively do that, and it does swoosh pretty nicely. It feels really good in the hand. And then the last play feature, you get a couple of stud shooters here on either side of the ship. Those are pretty standard by now. They do use the newer style that was introduced a couple years ago, and you just hit the little trigger, studs go flying, and they do fire a trans red stud for this set here. So here are all the extra pieces you can expect in the set. You do get a teal brick separator. Those are usually included in anything over $60, I believe, even though relatively for the set you don't quite need it. You do get 2 extra red studs designated as spare shots for the stud shooters. This is the lone blast power effect piece that is not told to use in the instructions, but I guess you can give it to Kamala just to have her use something. And then these are the actual extra pieces you should expect in this set. Taking a look at the instructions, we get one entire booklet. Of course, you got the newer style of instructions for the cover here with the render and everything, the QR code, all that jazz. You do get on the inside the little blurb about the paper bag slowly being rolled out, the Builder app and how to use it if you want to. Again, shows you how to use a brick separator if you don't know how, and then the build showing you split across 4 bags. So pretty straightforward build here. It does take about 117 pages worth of building, and you do have Captain Marvel there sporting the progress bar for this instruction booklet. And then at the back you just get a parts inventory. You don't get any cross sells for any of the actual Marvel sets. And then you just get the product feedback win prize thing with a generic minifigure sporting it. Talking about the box here, it's at standard $50 size instead of like a bigger box for $90 set. Pretty interesting. It does have that general aesthetic that we've seen for the past year and a half of Marvel sets, with the logos up the corner. Nice product shot of the set in action. Really like that nice galaxy look right there. You do have the power shown off with Carol and Monica there. Again, you have Monica's powers being shown, but they do have the orange power blast. Again, I think Lego, the designers might have misconstrued what the power switching thing actually was. They probably didn't get enough reference for that plot point, so they just assumed that Carol's would be split across Kamala and Photon there. But in the corner you do have the figure shown. You do have the promotional art for the Marvels in the corner there as well. Top of the box you have Captain Marvel sporting the actual size reference. Flipping around to the back, you do have the Avengers logo. You have a nice product shot of the set in action as well, showing some play features. And then we gotta talk about right here, now Lego does from time to time show on the back of the box shots where they have to disassemble the set to fit to show details of stuff. So here they pretty much, I'm going to show you on the actual set here, they pretty much removed all this part right here and the little cockpit just to get that shot there. You can tell because the Technic brick there is right there, and the reason why I find issue with that is where they're showing Kamala sitting right there. You can't actually set a figure that far back because this part on the actual ship here, this part where the roof hinges, it doesn't let a figure be sit back there neatly. So again, really disappointed. That's kind of false advertising to me. I understand that they like to do that time to time just to get the best shot possible of the interior of models. They do it a lot on the modular buildings, but for this, it's kind of false advertising. So going into my final thoughts, let's talk about the good here first. Overall, I think the ship is very nicely designed. Again, we don't know what the ship actually looks like in the film. We haven't really been given a clear shot of the outside of the ship, just a couple of shots of the characters on the interior, so we can't compare that to it just yet at the time of recording. But for what Mark was given here, I think it's very nicely designed, a lot of nice part usages, and overall really good build experience. Even if the interior is a little bit cramped, minifigures good about them is I like the prints. The face prints are all relatively good. I think the weakest is probably Photon's face pick there. But again, haven't seen the movie. Don't know if she has a slight change in character or anything. Last bit of good is for the quality of the parts. It's pretty good for the most part, but let's go into the bag because there's a lot to talk about here. Starting off with the minifigures. Again, went through this pretty much. The bulk of the issue is with Marvel and Photon, the lack of prints on them, the lack of detail. This is just for the set inexcusable, especially when you're paying the price that this set costs. Also, this is the third MCU movie this year that we didn't get any of the villains for, so that's also a huge miss to me. Quality wise, again, this cockpit piece, this badly scratched up straight out of the box. I'm going to have to contact customer service about this because that is inexcusable of me. And then on top of that, you have the false advertising thing on the back of the box. But the biggest elephant in the room here is the fact that Lego is asking $90 for this set, and it's 420 pieces, 3 minifigures, and $90. This is a $40 set, maybe $50 if Lego's pushing it, but definitely $30 to $40 range set that they're charging $90 for. And from the designer interviews of Mark Stafford on Brickset there, he kind of alludes to the fact that because this movie got pushed back a couple times, that he was able to get more reference material for what the Hoopty looks like at that time during production. And I'm thinking that because Lego designers are given a budget, and the marketing team pretty much decides the price of a set, and then the design team pretty much has to work back from there and figure out what they want to make for a set based off reference material and whatnot. So I'm thinking this was supposed to be the flagship of the new movie, the Hoopty, but I'm thinking it looked a lot different from and a lot bigger of a ship before Mark redesigned it. And that's probably why it's stuck at the $90. It's kind of similar to the table football set that came out last year, where the designers there had to redesign that set to make it within Lego's strict building codes that they had and standards that they have for their set for play and tolerance and all that. So they didn't adjust the price for that either. They just tried to include a whole bunch of minifigures and stuff to equate for that price. I'm thinking the same thing happened here, that this was probably a bigger set that got downsized, and Mark tried his best to kind of make best of the ship here, but that falls on the marketing team and to adjust the price for this. So with everything considered, the set does get an abysmal low rating for me of 5.5 out of 10. So again, I highly recommend this set, but not at that $90 price point. Wait for a sale, because I'm pretty sure that this set is probably gonna fall victim to that, where it's going to go on a massive sale, because it's not selling at the $90 price when you look at everything. So comment below, let me know what you guys think about this set. Do you agree that with that $90 price? Do you not? Are you picking up this set? What do you think about this set? Let me know in the comments as always, and subscribe to the channel if you like this review. Smash that like button, because it all helps the channel and helps it grow. And until next time, Photon.